Think Again Part 12. Vintage records, classic cars, and antique clocks might be valuable collections, but outdated facts are mental fossils that are best abandoned. We're swift to recognize when other people need to think again. We question the judgment of experts whenever we seek out a second opinion on a medical diagnosis. Unfortunately, when it comes to our own knowledge and opinions, we often favor feeling right over being right. In everyday life, we make many diagnoses of our own, ranging from whom we hire to whom we marry. We need to develop the habit of forming our own second opinion. Imagine you have a family friend who's a financial advisor, and he recommends investing in a retirement fund that isn't in your employer's plan. You have another friend who is fairly knowledgeable about investing, and he tells you that this fund is risky. What would you do? When a man named Stephen Greenspan found himself in that situation, he decided to weight his skeptical friend's warning against the data available. His sister had been investing in the fund for several years, and she was pleased with the result. A number of her friends had been too. Although the returns weren't extraordinary, they were consistently in the double digits. The financial advisor was enough of a believer that they had invested his own money in the fund. Armed with that information, Greenspan decided to go forward. He made a bold move, investing nearly a third of his retirement savings in the fund, but long he learned that his portfolio had grown by 25%. Before long, he learned that his portfolio had grown by 25%. Then he lost it all overnight when the fund collapsed. It was the Ponzi scheme managed by the Bernie Madoff. 2 decades ago, my colleague Phil Tetlock discovered something peculiar. As we think and talk, we often slip into the mindset of three different professions: preacher, prosecutors, and politicians. In each of these modes, we take on particular identity and use a distinct set of tools. We go into preacher mode when our sacred beliefs are in jeopardy. We deliver sermons to protect and promote our ideals. We enter prosecutor mode when we recognize flaws in other people's reasoning. We marshal arguments to prove them wrong and win our own case. We shift into politician mode when we're seeking to win over an audience. We campaign and lobby for the approval of our constituents. The risk is that we become so wrapped up in preaching that we're right, prosecuting others who are wrong, and politicking for support that we don't bother to rethink our own views. When Stephen Greenspan and his sister made the choice to invest with Bernie Madoff, it wasn't because they relied on just one of those mental tools. All three modes together contributed to their ill fated decision. When his sister told him about the money she and her friends had made, she was preaching about the merits of the fund. Her confidence led Greenspan to prosecute the friend who wanted him against investing deeming the friend guilty of knee jerk cynicism.